Hey everybody, welcome to the Team FitHoots Monday night team call. It is April 11th, and we have a guest speaker tonight, our one and only Ladonna Martin. I had so many of you guys say, I can't wait to hear Ladonna, because you guys see her at the top of our leaderboard every week, every month. She pretty much dominated the 1 month where she was the top volume every single month. She has challenge groups, successful challenge groups every month. And, I was talking to her right before we got on this call. And I said, Ladonna, when did you sign up? Give me some of your rundown. She's like, well, I became a discount coach 2014, but she said that just the past 6 months, she's really been working the business. But the funny thing about that is that Ladonna came to Summit with us last year, and Ladonna made it onto the Success Club trip this year. So for her to be telling me, well, maybe just the past 6 months, and she really has been, she's been going to events, she's earning her way onto our Success Club trips. I don't know, that just, to me, I'm just like, for you to have that mindset, Ladonna, to be like, oh, just the past 6 months, I've been really focusing on it, but you still earned, this amazing trip. And, since the beginning of the year, she has not missed Success Club 10. So to me, it's just, I always looked at you as a leader. I mean, maybe this past 6 months you felt more that way, but I've always looked at you as this, you show up, you do your thing, and you're successful at it. And tonight we're going to hear from Ladonna. She's going to tell us her story a little bit so you guys can get to know her. And then she's going to share her tips about how she has used challenge groups to build the success in her business. So I'm going to mute myself, and then Ladonna, when you're ready to share screen, just hit go up.
And this is
her babies.
I'm so sorry.
No, it happens to me all the time too.
Oh my gosh. They're in my room. Please.
All right, take it away, girl. Take it away.
Okay. So my name's Ladonna, and my coach is actually Brandy, who is on there. Hi, Brandy. She asked me to sign up in one of her groups back in, it was actually December of 2013. And I had just had rotator cuff surgery in October. So I couldn't work, I couldn't exercise, but I was overweight and unhappy, depressed. And earlier that year, I'd actually went to a trainer, lost like 20 pounds, and then it got to be too expensive. So I quit that, kind of got back into the whole depressed mode. And she approached me about it, and I was like, you know what, I'll try it, but I'll just kind of be a fly on the wall because I can't exercise. And so all I did was the Shakeology. And so she put me in the group. I did that for, I think it was a 6-week group that she ran, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the group interaction and thought, well, she actually approached me about the Shakeology discount. And when she asked me, I was like, no, absolutely not. Don't bug me. I want no parts of it. I hate that kind of stuff. So anyway, 3 months later, I looked into it, on YouTube and all of that, just to make sure she wasn't, not that I thought Brandy would screw me over, but just in case. So once I finally realized I wasn't going to be screwed over and I was just saving money, I signed up as a discount coach. And then I had a core group of friends. There were 5 of us. I put us they had nothing to do with Beachbody. I just wanted to see if I could truly do this and would commit to it every day, like posting a motivational quote. So I created my own group. It was called Walk the Walk. And I did it, and I liked it. My friends liked it. So I ended up, I think 2 months later, I approached Brandy and said, you know what? Well, she had asked me to run a challenge group with her. And I was like, I don't know if I can do it. And I ended up doing it. So anyway, fast forward months and months later, I think I did 1, maybe 2 with Brandy. And then I thought, you know what? I can do this on my own, and you kind of come up with your own ideas and stuff. And so that's kind of like the gist of how I got started. And then I am down. Originally, I lost 56 pounds. See ya, honey. Sorry. But I'm down still like 48. So anyway, I'm very proud of that because I have struggled with weight my whole life. My people that I connect the most with are people that have struggled with their weight forever. Was always a binge eater, still struggle with that. But I connect more to people like that. That's my like niche market, are people who have struggled with weight forever. Not really which is funny because my top coach, Robin, who's in our group, is my best coach, on my team. And she's more like the fitness person. She appeals to the fit people. So it's, to me, I have the best of both worlds on my team to appeal to people. So anyway, challenge groups. Now, why I think, Missa, I said I didn't really start coaching except for these last 6 months, because when I do challenge groups, I don't really feel like that's coaching. I don't know. I guess you are, but I love that part. It wasn't the whole selling and like trying to build a team. That's the part I'm trying to do this last 6 months. So anyway, let me pull up I had my daughter do a little PowerPoint because I am not computer literate at all. So I'm going to pull this up real quick.
And Ladonna, don't forget to talk about that you are a full-time nurse building this business too, because I want people to know that you work full-time still, right?
Well, actually, I work part-time.
Oh, okay, part-time. But nursing, right?
I'm sorry?
Nursing?
Oh, that's not what I want to share.
That's okay. You can open it up and it'll show that screen, and then you can just put whatever you pull up whatever you want on, and it'll come on top of it.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm a nurse. I'm not a computer person, obviously. So sorry about that. No, I work 24 hours a week. Typically, I work 2 night shifts a week, or 3/8, but I always do night shift. So I do other stuff. I'm married, been married for 21 years. I have an 18-year-old son who's a senior, and my daughter is 16. And they actually come first. My kids come first. This comes second. My husband comes third. No, I'm only kidding. Well, he does. So, but anyway, but I love this business. I love everything about it. I'm thankful for everything Missa does as far as all that she provides for us. I'm thankful for Brandy for, introducing it to me. I owe her everything because she brought it into my life. So I'm going to try this one more time. Hold on. Okay. Can you guys see that? Does it say how to run a challenge group?
Yep. If you just hit slideshow at the top, it'll open up the whole screen. So if you go to slideshow, it's like right along the top next to animations.
Oh, right there. Okay. Sorry. I thought you meant on.
And then do play from beginning. It's all the way to the left. Boom. There you go.
Okay.
And then whenever you click, it'll just take you to the next slide.
Oh, okay. All righty. So my daughter told me I should put her name at the bottom because she actually created this. But anyway, so it's really kind of basic, but it just kind of goes over how I do a challenge group. So how to run a challenge group. 4 things you want to consider is first, the importance of challenge groups, setting up a challenge group, how you're going to run the challenge group, and then concluding and your follow-up. And all of those steps are important, I think. So first, the importance of challenge groups. So when you sell a challenge pack to somebody, you're giving them a fitness program, a nutrition plan, the Shakeology, all of these tools, but they need to know what to do with them. They're not just gonna succeed. Some people will, but you have a greater chance of them succeeding if you provide them this challenge group and give them support the whole way through. We support them through their nutrition, fitness, and we give them accountability. That's, when I went to the trainer before I started Beachbody, it was great, but I only went to her, I think, twice a week or 3 times a week. And that was $150 a week, which is ridiculous. But when I was at home, I missed that. And what I found is with these challenge groups, when Brandy put me in there, it was like you had this constant support. And that I loved that. I needed that. And also, it will lead them to actually finishing a program and having the best chance for success. I did say that. And being in a challenge group while it's going along, you can identify customers that may become potential coaches, which is key to your business, if you want to take it the business route. I wasn't really doing that in the beginning. I was just so excited when people lost weight or inches and got excited about it. I didn't really do that part. So I've added that now. So secondly, setting up a challenge group. First thing you want to do is create a theme. You can do New Year, New You, Summer Slim Down, Fit in February. If you're just doing a free group, you can do an abs and butt challenge. Some people have done a book club challenge, where you incorporate personal development for them. They don't kind of know that's what we do and, helps our business. But you can incorporate that into your challenge group. And I think I saw somebody do that. I thought that was a good one. I haven't done that yet. Then you want to decide when you're going to post on your page for your upcoming challenge group. What I typically do, everybody's different. I like mine to start towards the beginning of the month. I've heard some coaches like to start theirs in the middle because that way they can guarantee their Success Club points at the beginning of the month. And that's a great idea too. I'm still stuck in the whole Monday starting off, that whole beginning of a month, just, so whatever works for you and your schedule. When you put up your post, you want it to be engaging. You don't want to just throw up a post, hey, I'm doing this challenge group. You want to tell them, they need to message you back or comment in the post in the comments below, I'm in, or like my status if you want to join along. Give them something to where they want to be a part of it, and give them that option to message you, because some people don't feel comfortable posting on your group page, and some people don't even know about messaging, so if you say that, that will help them. And it's very key that when you post for a challenge group that you follow up with it. You do not want to post, hey, Fit in February starts whenever, and have your post out, and then you're like, oh, I gotta go pick up my kids from school. Well, no, you need to be ready to commit to be at your computer or phone, whichever it is, to be able to engage back with people. Because once they see that, they get this fire in them and they're like, oh, I need to do that. And if you're talking with them then, that you have the greatest chance of pulling them in at that time. If you need something quick, come up with a script. I remember the very first one I ran, I was a nervous wreck to even post about it. And Brandy gave me a sample script because I didn't know what to say to people. I was like, oh, I'm doing this challenge. And then they respond back and I'm like, oh, crap, I don't know what to say to them. So ask your coach, ask Missa or ask whoever your coach is, can you give me a script that I can message them back and know what to say? And always, always, always. Now, if you're doing a challenge group with a challenge pack, you've already set them up with you. But if you're doing a free group, this is me, but do not let them in your group unless they sign up for a free account with you. Okay? Not that you don't want to help everybody, but your time is valuable and you need to remember that. If they can't even commit to that, it's free. So if they can't commit to that, to me, they can't commit to following through with the program or anything else. So just remember that you're valuable. Your time is. You want to create a schedule, create guidelines for your challenge group, and plan ahead for the group. I'll be honest, I'm a kind of like a wing spur of the moment kind of person. Sometimes I'll have my group all ready to go and I'm like, oh, I don't have things to post. I like kind of living in the moment. And when I wake up in the morning, I write out my post. Now I know everybody can't do that. Like full-time people, Monday through Friday people can't do that. Or maybe you can if you're an early bird. But it's good. You can put scripts together and then, I'll talk about that later with copy and pasting and stuff. I recommend posting 2 times a day. If you are a Monday through Friday person, have that scripted post in the morning that you're going to post, and then do your interactive post later. Post a meal, post you working out, a sweaty selfie, or post about a water. Sometimes at like 2:00, I'll be like, how much water have you guys had for the day? Post a picture or, post how many ounces you've had. Just some kind of engagement. If you are someone who needs to have a schedule, you can use, I don't know if you guys use Hootsuite or Postcron. I like Postcron better. It's just personal preference where you can, pre-schedule post. I can schedule a post for tomorrow morning or for 2 days from now if you're going to be busy or if you're going to be on vacation and you still have a group going. Just all of these things because you want to set them up for success. Okay. Alrighty. Now on to how you run a challenge group. So when your group actually starts, Missa, how am I doing on time? Sometimes I get winded. Okay. You want to always start out with your warm-up week or your preseason week. Sometimes I do 7 days. I'll be honest, sometimes I find it's too long. I like that Janelle Summers, on her one script that Missa has in our file section, it started on a Wednesday. And I did that with my current challenge group now, and to me, it was perfect. Now, if you have some brand new people, you might be messaging them a little bit more privately before you kind of start, because they get overwhelmed with all the stuff, you do. So once it starts up, I do, or, in that warm-up week, I do have them post an introduction, their name, what program they're following, what flavor Shakeology, what they have for breakfast. I mean, I originally used that script from Team Beachbody back in the Coach Online office. They have great samples. I did modify a lot of them, but in the beginning, I used it. I copy and pasted, and then I just tweaked it a little bit, how it would sound like, me posting. You want to give them resources during this time. You want to send them to the Team Beachbody website. If they got the club membership, they can create their own menus. They have the recipes. I always post about that. I post about, I think it's on Facebook, Cindy's 21-day meal ideas, her page. You go there, you click on her albums, photos and then albums, and she has meals listed out, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all of it. She's nothing fancy, nothing's like extravagant, but it's your basic foods and meals. So I think it's great. And it's a nice free thing. There's a couple others on there I've used before, from Forks to Fitness with Jean Reed Gray. But hers, she likes to charge you on a couple of things, and there's enough resources out there. Pinterest, you can always go on Pinterest to get, ideas. Have them get their surroundings ready, have them clean out their kitchen. I mean, these are all things that we do in Mrs., challenge groups. So it's just, but they need to hear it. Even though you know what you're doing, you have to tell them. Sometimes they just don't realize it. Do the meal prep, Sunday meal prep. Oh, sorry, I thought that was somebody. Just tell them if it's not in their house, it's not going to be there to tempt them. You want to tell them about motivational tools. I know when I first started, I made a calendar, and did up pounds that I wanted to lose, and I X'd out each pound. I put this poster on the back of my bathroom door. I still show them that picture. That's where I started. I also I'm a very visual person. So I use those 2 glass jars. If you guys seen that, I got it at the dollar store. I bought a bag of marbles and 2 glass jars and put pounds to go and pounds lost and set it on my dresser by my jewelry box. So each time I lost a pound, it was just something I could visually see. So give them those kind of ideas. I have a girl in my group that uses a whiteboard. She marks her pounds off and her workouts. She has motivational quotes on it, which is great. There's like water apps. I'm not a big water person, so I need an app on my phone to remind me to drink water. Yeah, I am that pathetic person. It's just water's not my thing. Or you can also, I have some old pictures of myself or an old outfit. I've pretty much lost I'm comfortable where I am now. But before, I put a smaller size jeans at the front of my closet. And every once in a while, I'd try to squeeze into them. It was like a busted can of biscuits, but I could get into them. And it was something I could look forward to. And now I'm in them. So it's exciting. You want them to do their measurements, their weight, their before pictures, obviously. And I will tell you, you can bring your group however you want. For my first 3 months of this year, I had them send me their measurements. And if they didn't, and I reminded them every day that I was doing the preseason week. And I told them on Sunday, if I do not have your measurements by midnight, I'm removing you from the group, which I didn't do that this month, but I feel like I had a lot more people that stepped up their game, because they knew what I wanted from them and they did it. So anyway, just a thought if you wanted to do that. Make sure that you have them, this is us. You want to be checking in with them. I typically will private message people, just to see if they're getting on, getting ready for the challenge, have everything ready. I said about giving guidelines, kind of, your expectations for them. You can run it however you want to. This challenge I'm doing is an 8-week one because we're doing the hardcore program. And because I've never run an 8-week group, and I'm nervous about it because typically by week 2 and 3, people are already dropping off. So what I'm doing this time is each week, I'm giving them a new challenge for the week. So that's an idea too. Last week I had them post like the basic stuff, their water, their workout, their Shakeology, and and their nutrition plan, like their cups and things like that. This week I'm just doing nutrition. They have to post their menu, like they actually have to journal and post their journal each day. And if they don't do it, it's fine. Some people don't interact, but if they do, I'm giving a small prize out at the end of each week. So, and you can also do a kickoff Zoom call. Like I think the Zoom calls are really cool. I actually do Zoom workouts in my challenges. People like it, so I keep doing it. So I highly recommend that too. Do a Sunday night Zoom call. People can see people. It's just kind of nice when you're in the group. Not only did you do your introduction, but now they're actually seeing a face and putting a face with a person. So during the challenge, you want to set the example. It's one of our vital behaviors, be a product of the product. So you should be posting your water, posting your workout, posting your Shakeology. You should be doing that in your own group. It's not just a group-led group. You don't make them do everything and you're just the copy-paste robot coach. You want to follow the schedule. If you gave them a schedule of what you're going to do, do that. Don't just say, hey, this is what we're going to do throughout the challenge, and then you don't do it. Different things you can post. You can ask them their goals, how important it is to have goals. You can, throughout it, post the value of Shakeology. You can do mini challenges. I always do a video on Fridays. I actually always start my challenges with a video also on Monday. I'm like, hey guys, welcome to, our 21-day group or whatever. I just do a welcome video on my first day. I just think it's more engaging and they get to see you. And then on Fridays, I always do a Friday fitness challenge video. This past Friday was just a wall squat. It's just a basic, just a basic exercise. But again, they're seeing you. And then I'll say, post your time, post a video of you doing your time, post a video of you doing the exercise. But be sure to tell them, how to do it correctly. Even just a basic wall squat, someone might do it, they might take their knees all the way down or, just explain to them, give them some value in what you're posting. Just kind of help them out. You can give away prizes. That's totally optional. You don't have to. I do, at the end of my challenges, I do a workout giveaway. If they're on Shakeology and they've bought a challenge pack, I'm going to give away a big workout. If they're not on Shakeology and they bought from me, like say 8 months ago, but they're still in my group, because I'm still going to provide them challenge groups, I let them pick from another set of workouts. So I just think if people are committing and each month staying on the Shakeology, you can spend that extra money and get them a decent workout. But you can also go to Five Below or Target and get a water bottle, or a headband. I know people do that, and people like free stuff. So anything you get them, or even a book. You always want to engage in the groups. You want to comment. If someone takes the time to post, throw a comment out there. Just even great job, girl. If someone's in there, I had a girl who joined with me back when we were at Summit last year. She signed up, and this month is the first month she has been posting. She actually took selfies, and I messaged her. I'm like, Alex, hey, I'm so proud of you for posting. And, she had a decent amount of weight to lose, and she was uncomfortable, is what she told me. So, anyway, just an idea there. Be positive and, ask engaging questions. You don't want to be negative Nancy. We can do that in our team page. if we have complaints or anything, we can gripe about that there. But you don't want to do that in your challenge group. You want to be positive, and you want people to come back. So just be positive in your groups. Invest time in your challenge groups. I think challenge groups are the core of everything. That's where they get success, and that's where they seek guidance from you. So definitely put time into it. And that's where don't be a robot coach. I hate, I've been in groups before, where people, like, I get the whole script thing. It's great to have scripts because it's a waste of your time to keep coming up with, with stuff to post about. But if you're going to copy and paste and change, let's say you copy and pasted something and it had a smiley face. Down, or right away if somebody just copy and pasted when it says smile emoji or whatever it says, like they didn't take the time to backspace and put a smiley face. Like, I'm like, really? You just copy and pasted that and you couldn't even check that? But anyway, have I done it? Yes. But I always pay attention now, because I'm like, oh, I just did it. Give shout outs and encouragement. I said that. And notify your customers of upcoming HD Shakeology and the Beachbody On Demand. There is nothing worse than your customers getting that bill. I mean, I know we're all adults, but the fact is, it's nice to have that heads up. I always give them at least a week. I say, hey, it's 30 days from when they purchase. So a week before they're going to, be charged, I send them a message and say, hey, just FYI, you're going to be getting charged for your Shakeology and your Beachbody On Demand. Do you want to continue with, with those? If you don't, I can send you a link, to cancel, or if you want to just change your flavor, just giving them that heads up. Do I do it every month? No, I do it the first month. And then to me, like, not that they're on their own, but I mean, you are an adult, you purchased it, it's coming now. But I don't message them after that first one. Maybe I should, but I don't. And then lastly, concluding the challenge group and follow up. So in about like the third week, usually, I will mention to them, or they will see me posting about my next challenge group. You want to offer them somewhere to go after that challenge group that's going on. If someone doesn't want to be in another challenge group, you might offer to have them placed into an accountability group. I don't know if all of you guys have those. I started one back from the very beginning. I actually kind of use that Walk the Walk group is the one that I use. Any person that's ever been in my challenge groups, I will offer to them if they want to be in that, and just say, hey, all I do is I post a motivational quote or a post each day just to kind of help keep you on track and keep you motivated. It's nothing fancy, and I tell them that. I also use that to post about the specials each month. I know some people say don't use scripted things for specials and that, that Beachbody comes out with, but to me, how do they know what's on sale? So I don't blast it on my homepage, but I do put it in that group. That way they know what is on sale, what programs and kind of what specials they have going on. So be sure to do that. And if you don't have an accountability group, I would think about starting one just so they do have somewhere to go. You can also have them, like your like page, if you have a like page. I did start that about 6 months ago, and I actually transitioned my accountability group to that. And what I found was Facebook can be a total pain in your what, and they don't let people see it. So those people that were in my Walk the Walk group that were seeing my post originally weren't even seeing my like page. So I went back to posting in that accountability group, and then I'm still trying to build up my like page. I'll be honest, I don't have time to post 5 and 8 times a day like they tell you to. So anyway, it is what it is. I have one, and I try to work it. You want them to submit their photos to Team Beachbody for a free t-shirt, or even for the $500. Hey, that's it's a great prize if they're picked. You want to announce the winner of your challenge if you did a challenge throughout it. I never do, pounds lost and measurements. I don't think that's fair. In my groups, I have girls that want to lose from 8 pounds to, I have a girl who wants to lose, about 150 pounds. Well, you can't do that. I don't know. I don't like growing up heavy. I don't like things like that. So mine are who posts the most, things like that. And then lastly, invite them to the coaching opportunity. If you have people in your groups that have been commenting and posting and, just really interactive, I mean, that's like, hello, potential coach there, And if you have, I'll be honest, what I always do, even if they do not comment or anything throughout the challenge group, I always offer the discount coach opportunity, because to me, you're saving them money, and I don't know, I'm all about saving $1. However, if you are not looking to work this as a business, I wouldn't recommend that. And I don't know if I should say that or not, but the reality is, if you're just wanting to make money, you make more money if they're not a discount coach. Once they, most of you know this, but for newer coaches, once that person signs up a discount coach or as a discount coach, you don't make commission off of them. However, what you make is team volume. And that's where, in the end, that's where you can make money. So anyway, that is all I have. I hope that was okay. If anybody has any questions, Missa, anything? And she is muted.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Awesome. You did great on time too. We have 5 minutes to go. So you guys, if you have any questions for Ladonna, stick them in the chat until I see a little number pop up there on the chat. I took some notes here because you guys, I've been running challenge groups for 5 years and they change. Like, you can't get comfortable in a challenge group. So I was just as eager to know what you've been doing in your challenge groups to have that success and to have that longevity and people wanting to stick around and wanting to work with you after they bought product and, maybe becoming a coach. So I was writing some things down. I love that you mentioned set up a free account. Like, even if they are in just a free group of yours, set up a free account, you guys. Like, it's free. And I love that you put the guidelines in your group. I was just talking to Michelle about how, the guidelines in our 5-day clean eating group really steps up the game. I mean, this is your challenge group. They're buying into not just the challenge pack, but to you. They joined you. They, maybe they see other coaches, but they picked you for some reason. So, you have to have some type of authority and own it. Like, you're a coach, you own that. You've been through this experience. You don't have to be a professional. You don't have to be an expert, but we've been through the weight loss and we've gained some back and been through that. We have that experience to share. So, I think that was awesome. Reminding people. Yeah.
Can I add one more thing? I forgot to mention. Once the challenge group starts, say you did your warm-up days and then you start your challenge group. On that following Monday, I always message the people that are in there and ask them how they're doing. It just gives them a little bit like you do care. You honestly do care. And I'll be honest with you, does it take time? Yes. Like right now, I think I have 38 people in my group right now, and it can be a total thorn.
Yeah.
Not that I don't want to, because I care about all of them, but it takes time. So I do a copy paste. Hey girl, how you doing? Just wanted to check and see how things are going. Copy paste. Hey girl, how, so yeah. But they feel important if you check in with them. So sorry, go ahead.
No, that's good because, there's other coaches who have a list of 5 questions that they send out to their challengers every week. And I've heard this on other calls. Every Sunday afternoon, they'll copy paste. Hey girl, how you doing? I just want to check in with you. How's your workouts gone this week? How are you liking your Shakeology? What are you struggling with that I can help you out with? Boom. And it is a thorn. But the thing is, something I want to tell you guys, when I was a new coach, I was just racing for those Success Club points. I was leaving people in the dust. I was not doing the follow-up. I was not building the relationship. I was just focused forward. And I'm like, okay, I got this month. Now I have to find new people to get next month. I wasn't cultivating that relationship or that community. So my very first accountability group is dead silent today because I didn't cultivate it. But a few years ago, I would have told you, have an accountability group. You have to have an accountability group. And I always say now, I want to restart that because you have to have a place to put your people. Don't become that coach who doesn't check in, doesn't, because they can see through that. And you know what, when you said about the copy paste of scripts and the grin emoji or the heart, I've done that. And I'm like, oh crap, and I'm like, so I know you're so busy sometimes that you just turn into this robot. I used to be that Hootsuite robot coach that I would just Hootsuite out all my posts and let it go. And I would wonder, why is my business not growing? Well, because I wasn't in there. I loved how you said the 2 posts every day, your main post, and then your engaging post in the afternoon to kind of get them talking and to show them that you're working out. Can you share with us Cindy's page in our team page, the one that you said, okay, because I've heard of that, and I think that's great to have a resource of someone who's using the fixed containers, and I'm very visual, so I love that. So if you could share that, that would be great. And I also love that you said about doing the Zoom call. I've done this, but I've fallen off. I've never stayed consistent with doing that live Zoom call and the Zoom workouts. I've done the Zoom workouts. I love it. I've done it with our team, and I know you grabbed a hold of that idea and ran with it. And it's awesome to know that your accountability group loves it. Your challenge groups love it. I think we should start doing it as a team again, and in our challenge groups, because it is fun. It is work, yes. But this is the stuff, you guys, that makes your challenge groups have